Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Ruled Waves as Great Britain, episode number 27. In the everlasting war against the Americans. We've been basically at war with the United States for almost the entirety of the series. It started out with just France, and then when the French war expanded to include the Americans, that has now become the main, really the main objective of this administration. Admiral Tortuga will not rest until, well, there's only one victor between the United States and the United Kingdom. So, we're continuing that war. It hasn't gone particularly well. We've already talked about it at length, probably too lengthy a length, at all the disadvantages that I feel Great Britain, or maybe even just a human player, has against the AI. Whatever the situation is. We've gotten pretty unlucky as well. Like, look, it's very rare that you go to war with 2 other nations, much less 3 other nations. And that's certainly what contributed to a lot of our failing in the Caribbean, with Germany taking over territory and the United States taking over a whole bunch. But even just one-on-one, mano-a-mano against the United States, we can see that I'm really hard-pressed to try to keep my colonies. It's nigh impossible. So there is, I think, the best strategy I've seen suggested is just to try to get people into the East Coast. We talked about that. So that's what we want to do. Okay, so the Eastern Aleutians is now gone. What I'd like to do is, like, sell my colonies in some places. Okay, cruiser action, we only have battleships. It seems like a strange environment, but that's okay, we'll go for it anyway. Trying to edge out all the victories we can. We don't have any ships in the Caribbean right now, so I do want to avoid combat there. Okay, on ship side, well, that's good. Let's go back down to normal. I mean, if this is a battle cruiser... No, I don't think they had battle cruisers. We're going to, nope, just run slowly along until we can identify us. So this is probably a big ship. It is, of some kind. All I want to do is kind of box him into the coast. Let's go squad max now, because we are boxing him into that nice area, which is nice. Wait, which way? Portland, oh, no. Make sure he doesn't escape. Looks like they have a head start, but we can, I think, get to Portland before them. Portland is out near Portland. It's, some irony in that, perhaps. No, looks like she is going to get away. We're barely firing anything. No, we got her into a zigzag, which is certainly going to help a bit. We're basically just trying to cut her off from her run. Looks like they actually made a dedicated run against us. And hopefully we'll suffer for that. The Portland herself looks like she's going to make it back to port. Okay, so I had to cut away for a second. Wow! Actually, it looks like we managed some kind of hit that has temporarily decreased the speed of the Portland. Well, I mean, just full steam ahead then. Make her bearing... just the exact same as hers. See if we can get close. The Ericsson's taking a bunch of hits. Only 2 above water torpedo mounts means we probably don't need to fear too much. And this is going to be, I think, in the end, a really nice cruiser engagement for us. We will swing wide to avoid the torpedo arc of the Portland, and just keep making our runs over here. And I think it's all over now. She's not even able to return fire at this point, just being decimated by our constant incoming fire. And actually, this is seems to be a bit fortuitous. Oh, I was going to say, it looks like another... We had originally classified that as a armored cruiser, but it's just the Ericsson out to spot how the ship she should be escorting is doing, and I can answer that for her. Not well. Let's actually get port side. I'm pretty sure the Portland at this point doesn't have the capability to actually launch torpedoes. And we actually were able to hit her as well. So I'm going to try to cut off this Ericsson. Why? I mean, every ship counts, right? We should avail ourselves of every opportunity to sink every ship. Probably not the unidentified land feature. That I'm not going to worry about. But if we can happen to get a few more hits against this Ericsson... There's 1, 2, 3... I mean, that could be enough to sink her already. And there it is. So, I guess we actually had a third battleship somewhere, I don't know where, but we took light damage on one of ours. 2 destroyers and 1 armored cruiser were the prize. Obviously a fantastic victory for us. Another 900 victory points. We're way ahead in victory points. That's not the concern. This concern is going to be, I think, wait 1 more month. By the way, we should have... Let's actually just get this one to move up to the east coast. And we'll switch all our battleships in the east coast down to... Wow, that 2x is actually going to take 2 months to repair very light damage. But we'll have just an inversion of our 2 fleets. The Caribbean will move to the east coast. The east coast will move down to the Caribbean to try to prevent further invasions. Very unlikely that'll happen, but we'll do the best we can. One of the things I'm kind of wondering about is, are we going to get an invasion in... Yeah, I mean, we have 3 battleships. We definitely have the requisite advantage over the Americans in Southeast Asia, but it doesn't appear like we are going to get the RNG rolls to actually get an invasion. Aha! A large liner is sunk by a U.S. submarine with heavy loss of life. Neutral nations are upset. Support for our cause is growing. I wonder if that just decreases tensions with others, because that actually could have a negative effect. Oh, interesting. I will definitely fight this. It's a one-on-one with our battlecruiser, and I take us against any one American battlecruiser, any battlecruiser in the world. One-on-one, mano-a-mano, I think we win. We will start with the wind advantage, even better. So, let's make a full speed ahead. Oh, come on, please don't be a destroyer. What a waste this would be if it's a destroyer. Are they really going to make me fight a destroyer? If this is actually the battle, this may be the catalyst for me reporting terrible battle engagements to the Rule the Waves forum, because this just doesn't need to be handled by a human. This is just ridiculous. What's more is that it could turn out very poorly. I mean, if they sink... Okay, it was a light cruiser. It's just kind of sad. At least it was a light cruiser. That's, I guess, appropriate enough. 1,000 victory points, another light cruiser out. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to start moving my ships into the East Coast. And probably we'll wait 1 more month before we do the full inversion. How many ships do we have in the North? Yeah, we only have 1 in the East Coast. Let's get 2 more, and then next turn we'll move the battleships out. Yes, maybe we'll start blockading a little bit early. Who knows? Where are their ships currently? Yeah, they're still focusing in the Caribbean, which is now, I would say, fine by me. The Navy can win this war. Fire control. Yeah, we need to do that. Mine-laying submarines. Not important, actually. We don't really care about mine-laying submarines. We just care about... Oh, interesting. Fantastic, in fact. We only care about better reliability, which improves your... I think just improves your submarine mission effectiveness. So, Fortune, out for a leisurely stroll, has caught yet another American raider of sorts. Sorry, Ghost Squad Max. This is a Tacoma class. I just want to see, is she capable of outrunning us? She is not. She is a very light, 3,400 ton. This is just not even going to be much of a victory for us, but, well, I mean, again, we'll just take everything we can get, right? Even a few of the hits that are landing here are probably more than enough to sink the Tacoma. And there it is. Okay. Another victory. 1 by 1, we'll knock them down. I think literally the United States can build the ships faster than we can destroy them if we do this piecemeal 1 light cruiser at a time. Yeah, I mean the build time is probably like 20 months. Now they only have 1 in construction though. Oh, one other thing I wanted to do is actually move over my destroyers from Northern Europe. I don't really need them there. Let's move them over from Northern Europe, at least a whole bunch more. All but 3 are now going to transition to the East Coast. So this is where we're making our stand, as I said. I'm not even sure it's helpful to bring... I'm not even sure it's helpful to take the battleships out of the East Coast and move them to the Caribbean, but I think I'll do it anyway. Just because it's not... It's really just not going to help us having them there either. I don't think it'll contribute enough. I don't want them to be involved in one of the engagements. Or do I? Yeah, we should actually be blockading them now. Yeah, we are. I'm so naive. We are actually blockading them. So you know what? I'm going to leave them there. Now they've invaded the Grand Bahama. Well, Grand Bahamas, I should say. Storm, diplomatic note. Bodie McBoatface number 2 has now been sunk. A tragedy, truly. And they're still raiding and causing damage in this sense, but battle and support. I thought we already lost the Aleutians. Are we continuing to fight? Well, we'll accept because we have a battleship here, and that's, in my opinion, at least worth a shot. Because I think they have battleships here as well. We'll find out. But it said cruiser battle, so I think this is an armored cruiser that we're up against. I think. That's a lot of stuff. Now this Pasadena class is certainly capable of running away. So I'm just gonna go back to cruise. Let's not even waste our our highest speed. If they want to disengage, they'll be able to. So I think that they're gonna peel back though in the same direction. So I'm kind of hoping on that. Hoping for that. We can always go over to the base that used to be ours. Up there they are. So let's go squad back. Let's try to make this one stick. Again, I don't think it will. She's just too fast for us. In 30 knots, she's almost surely oil burning. So let's make our way this way. We know where we want to go. If we happen to run into them again, so be it. Stormier weather is a good thing, actually. We're down to 17 anyway, so, well, that was very uneventful. But we had to take it, right? Okay, yet another. And now the blockade should actually be working in our favor. Okay, Grand Bahamas just lost. Increased elevation is now effective. Cruiser action, which we are not allowed to avoid. Well, fair enough. I want these battles to be happening in the East Coast, and they are not. Let's see if we can do something. I'm just going to throw the rest of the Caribbean ships in there, though. Okay, let's go squad max. Dayton class. 28 knots. She's going to be able to elude us if she wants. Yeah, that's another thing. I probably should bring in my Achilles class. Let's get you guys to just move to support role. Because then you're going to be a little bit more out of the way, which is good. I think this engagement can go quicker. They're just going to sail out of our vision. Although, if we're able to drag them back to the west, that's not a bad thing. I mean, if we're able to slam them up against the coast, that could work out well for us. There they are. Alright. Now here comes the real fight. A few hits. Our battleships are here. No, minesweepers. We have the wind advantage as well. Good to know. Where did she go? She was almost dead stopped. Ah. Well, certainly this is her. Let's give the order. How did that exchange go? We hit them with 4-inch and 1 6-inch gun. Okay, that's good. Let's look for them again. Visibility is so poor. Okay, here we go again. And we're hitting them a bunch. Good. Ah, we did it. Well, that was nice. Was it worth anything? It was. A reasonable amount of victory points. And again, every turn that goes by... Oh, we're not blockading them anymore. Ah, darn it. Well, okay, let's do our best to... Well, we don't have any ships out from the Caribbean yet. Okay. Alright, well, let's get those destroyers down to help out. Or actually, they were kind of a negative thing. It's hard to say. Let's get the destroyers that we still have there to move away. Oh, but this is actually my 4,500, which is all that's keeping my foreign tonnage available. I think we'll still do it. We'll move these ships up to the east coast. And that'll help out a little bit. My ships on the east coast are actually able to recover, it looks like, a little bit of supply. I don't know. I might leave my dreadnoughts in the Caribbean. Yeah, no, let's have these guys go back to Europe. Just because we already have some in the East Coast, so we'll just send these guys back home for a little bit. Do we want to move any Achilles into the Caribbean? The Achilles is only 24 knots. It's not actually that fast. No, let's leave them here. Okay, next turn. "17-inch guns, quality 0. Amazing. Okay, convoy attack. They don't have anything bigger than my battleship there, so let's go for it. Maybe we can actually win the Aleutians battle after all. It's 1 against 3 at the worst odds, but if we're lucky, it's better than that. Goal here is just going to be sink a lot of stuff. Let's actually go after these destroyers. I want to be aggressive against them, just to prevent them from being aggressive against me. Like, I don't want to take hits from torpedoes, so we'll just go after them manually. Okay, sinking those, sinking that one. Let's get this other Erickson. I guess we can head off the 2... Yeah, I guess let's go Squad Max and maybe head off these as well. We already sank our requisite 2 transports. Poor weather, is it going to be helpful? Not really. But if we're lucky, we'll still put a few hits onto these Pasadenas before they elude us, and the weather up here is where I need to be careful of. That's a few hits for sure. Okay, well, we got 1 down, if I'm not mistaken. This one is doomed. As long as we stay behind it, let's not give it an opportunity to launch torpedoes. So zigzag behind it. Come on, identify. How difficult would it be to identify this as an enemy ship if we already know? It couldn't be anything else, right? I never even got my ranges up. Okay, at least my view is centered. Is she on fire? Is that why I'm able to see her? Okay. She shouldn't remain unidentified, considering we've had contact. How can you unidentify a ship that you've already identified? If you didn't lose vision of it and you identified it, it can't suddenly become another ship. Otherwise, it just means you didn't identify it. Alright, this one's a goner. Let's go back for the transport ships, which should be up here. Every surviving transport ship gives them, a fair amount of points. Let's try to take all the points away. Would they have returned a different... I thought they turned north, but was that just in reaction to me? I knew I should have paid more attention to what direction they were heading. Well, I came at them from the north. They must have been heading this way. Ugh. It's impossible to say. Worst case scenario, we just go west to the Eastern Aleutians area. This will come to a close in a couple more minutes. There it is. Where were they? Yeah, we just ran right by them. We We did not guess incorrectly. We guessed quite well, but okay. Fair enough. That should help with the Aleutians Island situation a little bit. Oh, I forgot to move my ships up, but that's fine. Okay, not sunk. Cruiser action in Bermuda. Yes. We have nothing but battle cruisers here, so this is exactly the kind of... Fudge! Oh, this is why I don't even want to bring my destroyers in. It's so annoying. You know, you get the fleet battles without the destroyers, and it's, you know, it's dangerous, but you get a frickin' destroyer battle with cruisers, and, you know, we just have to run away, which is annoying. I mean, we could identify him first, but one hit and we're dead. Yeah, okay, it's a light cruiser. That's all I need to know to need us to get away. So that was a fun mission, really fun. It's gonna be zero, at least 0 victory points every which way. So there's that much. Okay, they went back to sea. I mean, back to port. Useless. We're not blockading them. Let's see what we need to blockade them in the Caribbean. They have brought a fair-sized force back. All right. Well, let's just keep pushing things up. Everything that's in the Caribbean. I guess we have nothing in the Caribbean. Oh. We do have things in the Caribbean, and they will all move to the East Coast. And I think we could just risk a big engagement here by sending all our Achilles down as well. I mean, those are just going to increase the points, and they're not as bad of light cruisers to fight with. I think we'll do it. And how are we doing on the northern? We don't want to be blockaded ourselves. Yeah, they don't have much here. So let's go for it. Actually, we can also start raiding with some of our light cruisers. I think that wouldn't be a bad thing to do. Just get all these guys to start raiding. Well, okay, I don't know how many we need for actual points to not be blockaded, so just put 3 on for now. Decline that. I don't want to fight that. Cruiser action. So this might actually be a cruiser action. 75 victory points? No. Cruiser action. I guess. It's kind of silly. We did blockade them though. Okay, so now we're in a good position. I think I'm going to move... You know what? I'm going to move the Achilles back out. I really don't like it. I don't like it at all. I have to decline those engagements, not knowing if it's my light cruiser up against one of their battle cruisers. So I'd rather go back home, even if we lose the blockade, and just raid. Raid a little bit more significantly. So any light cruisers in Northern Europe... just go to raiding mode, including and of course even now. Okay, actually the light cruisers are just as effective as armored cruisers, so we'll leave the armored cruisers to be our points, our point earners. Our next ship is just going to be phenomenal, and there's something to say that we should just be building it already. Good, this is what I wanted. Battles like this, which will increase, hopefully, the US unrest and can drop ours. We don't even have that much unrest because we've done a pretty good job, but anyways, let's see how this one goes. Unknown ship sighted. They have the wind advantage, but that's fine. We'll go squad max north. This is really what I like, these one-on-one engagements. These are a lot of fun. Is it an actual armored cruiser? This could be like the dream engagement, and it is. So we should be much faster than this Portland. Just need to stay, you know, in pursuit. Eventually we'll start landing the shots we need to land in order to sink her. I don't think she'll be able to do the same. She probably doesn't even have the capability of landing the shots. I'm actually going to stay out of torpedo range as well. Just pursue, even if we only fire 2 of our guns, I don't care. Slowly but steadily, those hits, if we land them at all, will take effect. This is Adamant's chance to get a better crew gunnery as well. Like, even if those hits are doing anything, they should be doing significant damage. Like, unless it's a near miss that is being reported as a hit. Okay, she's slowing down. Don't want to get too close, but let's just give her a full broadside for a bit. That was devastating. I'm sure that this is very devastating. It definitely was. Alright, so 1,000 victory points. Their armored cruisers, I guess, are only worth the same as their light cruisers, which is a little mysterious why that would be the case, but I'm not gonna look too closely, scrutinize why that might be. I've given up on doing such things. Now the Achilles class we might as well get a few of these to raid as well. Hopefully we can just return the favor. We're not blockading anymore. How short are we on blockade points? No, they brought their full force back, so if we have an engagement now, it'll be another full engagement, which means we need to get our battle cruisers out. These are just gonna have to go back to the Caribbean. And I'm okay with that. I don't want them in harm's way if we have a big fleet battle. Okay, so despite our victories, it doesn't matter. I mean, we're going to lose that eventually. No, I do not want a cruiser action in... I think this... Okay, battle size is large, so I'm going to accept this. Even though I have destroyers here, and I hope they don't mess up my team. They kind of did. Just go to support. Coastal raid. What do we have to do? Just sink 2 ships? Okay. Well, go on in. What's our visibility? Let me first switch up the map. Okay. Okay, here's victim number 1. Oh, this might be a reasonable engagement, actually. Let's start speeding up. They're gonna make us fight this in the dark. I hate it. I hate everything about coastal raids. Why did I take this? Well, because I saw the large fleet size, and that was enough to convince me that we can actually gain some points from this. Okay, that thing should be dead. As should this one. Should like 1 or 2 hits, and should be all we need to sink these guys. Yeah. We need our destroyers to do the work for us, obviously. No. Yes. Wait. Okay. Let's do it this way. This might actually be a destroyer. I'm nervous enough to cause us to do a little change of course. It is. I think we'll be able to take it just by sheer massive fire. Yeah, it is. And we've actually landed a 14-inch hit. If that's true, I don't get very good odds for this thing surviving. 3 reported. I think that one's just sinking. Let's go after the minesweeper. Gonna tell you to hold your fire for 10 minutes. Let our destroyers do the work here. That destroyer is just a goner. I mean, if it took any 14-inch hits, I don't know. And we landed supposedly, what, 3 of them? Yeah, there's no chance that they're going to survive that. Let our destroyers take this one down, and they are doing a good job. Very good job. I think they're actually neglecting it now because they know they've sunk it. Whoops. Okay, good. So we definitely have sunk 2 ships. That's good. There it is. So now let's just steady as she goes, continue on the course, see if we can find anything else out here. And we have. What do we have here? It looks like another minesweeper, but... Okay. Hold fire. And let our destroyers do the work. Another one. Okay, well that's also good news. I think pretty sure that this is another minesweeper, so let's just hold fire until I tell you otherwise. Oh! This is not something to hold fire. Well, that's going to be a really big bummer if this ends up being a huge loss because we got hit by a light cruiser that could not have detected us but did. and launch torpedoes. We're going to go down to just speed of 3. We're actually hitting their light cruiser with... it's a destroyer. Okay. And their armed merchant, which is probably not... Yeah, it's a transport. That's what we suspected it was. Okay. How you doing, PogChamp? Okay, looks like we're going to be able to control the flooding. So this won't be good in the end in terms of victory points, I think. But it could be a success. Yeah, we have so far to go. Alright, let's get these guys back to control. We have a long ways to go to port. Oh god. Oh, that's just the sinking ship. We don't have to worry about that one. Well, this is not just a sinking ship. We're going to be very aggressive against this. Oh god, please launch your torpedoes. Please launch them now. Please launch them. Please launch torpedoes. Oh my holy mother of God. We hit it with 4 torpedoes. Move, boys, move! That is one dead North Dakota class. And we gotta get the hell out of here. Oh my god, did we sink? Did we hit? We hit the other one! We hit the other one! This one's goner. Just no chance in hell. Oh my gosh, these Kingfishers are just the scourge of the waters. Oh, we got another one on the same one. PogChamp's mission is just to get the F out of here. Injured, wounded, controlled flooding. No, we're not going to risk it. We're not going to risk it. I don't want any bulkhead rupture, whatever. We're just going to send as many destroyers. Well, okay, then this is obviously, like, let's just keep everything very unbiased as possible. This is obviously a clear example why you do want your destroyers with you. I think I'm just going to let everyone else go down to, like, nothing. No speed at all. Control flooding. Try to survive where we can. I don't know who's going to be surviving what. Who's maybe already sinking. Just go down to 0, Pixie. And let these guys run away. Wow, we actually brought it to a halt. You know what? No, not the destroyers. Avon, do you have any torpedoes left? No. Don't go. I think we obviously need to detach the... Wait, where is the Holmes? Okay, we need to detach the Avon. Because I need access to the Holmes. She has no torpedoes left either. Everyone but the Pixie is completely blank on torpedoes. Alright, Pixie. Oh god. Oh, PogChamp. Well, this is going to make it... How the hell did they launch torpedoes? Where the hell are they launching torpedoes from? Oh, I guess it's fine. The torpedo range is definitely within... They must have been aiming for my destroyer and hit... That's just really, really unfortunate. Okay, look. PogChamp's dead. Detach the PogChamp, okay? She's dead. Thank you. Give me you. Max speed. We have to go make sure that we take out this other North Dakota class then. And yeah, I don't care if you have torpedoes or not. You're going to scout for us. Holmes's machinery is repaired. I saw that just in time. We can't let them get away. Highlander sinking. Avon's taking a few more hits. We need to get to this one quickly. Don't let her get away. Are you kidding me? The sinking North Dakota is the first to land the hits, even though my Kaiser Wilhelm is in perfect condition. Oh gosh. There we go. That's what I was expecting. I actually want to fire on the other one too. This is the funny thing. So it's kind of really an amusing situation where we have a bunch of ships crawling towards the enemy ships. Okay. I need you to begin targeting this North Dakota. And it looks like you did for a moment. But now you've stopped. Let me look at these ships as well. They're 30,000 tons compared to my outdated 24,000 tons. So taking down 2 of their North Dakota classes should be much more worth my two dreadnoughts. And it looks like one of mine is going to get away as well. What's even better? Okay, Avon is sunk. We're just going to split the difference here. Fire. Okay, that's good. That's another hit for sure on that one, which is going down. Just want to make sure that once again we are firing at the correct one. I'm going to get closer just so we know we want to fire at that one. Are we hitting the correct one? We are. Good. Okay, well that's going to do it for her. No longer any concerns. We might not come back with any destroyer escort. I'm actually pretty content to leave as it is. No, I just don't want any of these ships. They're so close to port. I don't want to risk it. She's still kind of moving. Pixie's might... Pixie, do you have any torpedoes, by the way? You do! Launch. Launch torpedoes. Make it so. Alright, let's have you hold fire for a little while because you're not targeting who I want anyway. Pixie, just launch your torpedoes. She's moving. Pixie. I guess we're not targeting her because we specifically know she's definitely sinking. And Pixie might actually survive this. So, oh god. Oh my god. Holy cow. Kaiser Wilhelm, this is not good. Alright, run the other way. That door is obviously closed. We hit the wrong North Dakota class, but let's just get the hell out of here. If it's possible to do that. Let's make our way over this way. Pixie. See, what is the PogChamp doing exactly? She's actually moving. I think she's sunk, but she doesn't think she is. Alright, cruise. And Pixie is just doesn't need to do anything either. What the heck? Strange. Alright, so we're getting out of here. This has been a very strange battle. There's the PogChamp actually going down. Make for open waters. Pixie's now deciding to make for open waters as well. Pixie has sighted an unknown ship. Pixie, you didn't launch your torpedoes before. Let it be known that that is the order of the day to launch torpedoes. In order to encourage you with this, I would like to have you go to... I would like to have you launch your torpedoes, basically. That's actually... Okay, it's not worth going back over. Alright, well, let's just bring this one to a close. This is crazy, and definitely definitely too long of an episode now at this point. I don't know what the Pixie's doing, but she's trying to get herself killed, and you know, she's doing a darn good job. Launch your darn torpedoes. Pixie, what are you doing? Okay, there. Now you're sinking, I don't have to worry about you anymore. Sheesh. So 4 destroyers and a dreadnought for 2 better dreadnoughts and a slew of other ships. I'm pretty happy about this. Again, the ratio I want is something more like 4 to 1. But in this situation, we did the best with what we could. Yeah. And it ends up being a major victory, as we'd expect. Let's just take a look at the points, because I'm always looking at something to gripe about. Yeah, note that they do have director firing. They're only worth 94,000 points, even though they're 30,000 versus 24,000, right? I have central firing, 83,000. What the hell? I don't understand. The points, this is what I think changes when you go to Rear Admiral's mode or whatever. There is this discussion. It says that Rear Admirals reduces victory points by 10% or whatever. Even with that 10% decrease, I feel like those values are just not right. Anyway, another big improvement for us. I'm just gonna call this video to a close here. We keep fighting one battle after another. Successfully, more or less. Our victory point lead has gotten out of hand, just crazy out of hand. But with all the invasions that they've had, it's going to take all the victory points, a full collapse of the United States government, for us to even get back in it. I don't know when this war will possibly end, and unless we get full 10 victory points, even with full 10 victory points, I doubt we can recover from the massive losses we've taken. What? Eastern Aleutians was ours at some point? Did we invade the Eastern Aleutians? I think I might have had it wrong, because the Eastern Aleutians should not have been ours, right? We should only have the British Columbia. So I think we actually invaded the Eastern Aleutians, which is hilarious, because I've been kind of belly aching about that for a bit, and I was wrong about it. Well, that makes me happy. But the Caribbean still is just not a good situation, and that's almost certainly where we'll take all of our points back, allowing us to field a better Navy there, taking away as much points from the United States government, the budget, I should say, the naval budget as possible, which is still, again, like just absurd how much ahead their budget is. So anyways, that's going to conclude this video. Thanks for watching, and until the next one, take care.